Hello, everybody. Amanda Davis, and this is another scope for the Perry Girls. This one is, hi, Jody. Thank you for popping in. This one is for the PG Honor Dads and Grads edition that we're doing this week. And our question today, the first day of the first official day of the initiative. Yesterday was the kickoff, but today was the first day that we had a topic to talk about. Says, what have you learned from men that has made you a better woman? And so I had to think about this one for a minute because I really wasn't, well, I just didn't know what I wanted to share. It wasn't that I felt like I hadn't learned anything, it was that I wasn't sure what I wanted to share. And so after thinking about it, though, what I want to say is that, well, first of all, I feel like my dad was a good dad that taught me, just how to be a person and a good person. And so, in a way, I did learn a lot from him, just values and that sort of thing. And so that was something. But the other thing that I wanted to share was I wanted to share that. Sorry, I got quieter because my boyfriend came back in to the apartment. He was walking the dog, and I'm in a different room. But anyway, the other thing that I wanted to share was that I just really have learned that men think differently from women, and that's not a bad thing. It's just they do, and they process things differently. And but something else that I've also learned is if they really do love you, like you know that they love you. And it's with the actions. Somebody else I know scoped about how actions sometimes speak more than words, and just stuff like that. Like you know if somebody loves you or not, whether it be a father loving his daughter, or a spouse situation, or a significant other if not your spouse, or even just a friendship situation. Like you know if somebody cares for you or not. And now that I've been in a relationship where he does care for me, I feel like, it is really just different. And then the other thing I wanted to share was I've read a lot of books on relationship things, and some of my favorites were the ones that Steve Harvey wrote, because he did like tell it like it is, like this is how guys think, and they're going to tell you different things. And just but if they really mean it, like you'll know that they mean it. And he was right about that because now that I've been in a relationship where I know that I can trust him, he's honest with me, and we have a good relationship. Like, even though we do think differently and we don't always agree on things and stuff like that, like, it's just if they care for you or not. And as the other person that scoped, I can't even think of who it was now, but I have to watch y'all scopes too. But anyway, it's just sometimes actions do speak louder than words. And that can be true for women too. Um, so I just feel like some things that I've learned are, those kind of things, and just really, I guess the way it's made me a better woman is just being more receptive to the fact that I have to remember that, he's not a woman and he doesn't think the same way that we do, and not just one he in particular, like just any guy that I'm talking to, I have to remember that's right. He's not processing it the same way that we do. And I say that because whether I'm talking to my boyfriend or my dad or my brother, like just certain things, it's like, what? I don't understand. And it can be anything, but it's sometimes just they're not processing it the same way. And like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's just they do think differently, and we have to remember that as women. And but yeah, if you haven't checked out the Steve Harvey books, even if you are in a good relationship, you might get a good laugh from them. The main one that I can think of right now off the top of my head is act like a lady, think like a man, and that's the one that was made into a movie. Um, but it's a funny movie too. So, but anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much what I've learned. And again, this is for the Perry Girls PG Honor. This week we are talking about the men in our lives and honoring them, and I'm glad that we're doing that. It's leading up to Father's Day, um, being this weekend, and so since it is the Dads and Grads edition, I don't really have any grads to talk about, so I'll be mostly talking about my dad, but also to answering these prompts. And since this one isn't necessarily related to a father-daughter situation, or even father-son for that matter, but like I said, as I started, I do feel like my dad has helped to shape me into the woman that I am today because he was a present father. And but like I said too, like even he sometimes communicates differently with me than my mom does, but I still know that he loves me because of the actions that he takes. And he might not always say to us that he loves us, but we know he loves us because of the actions that he takes and some of the things that he says too. But yeah, so anyway, that's pretty much it for this scope. Thank you, Jody, for popping in. Thank you for the hearts, and I will see everybody later. Bye, guys. Thanks again.